Something else that happened, Horst, was that the 49ers secondary was ranked 16th by PFF. And this is the group that they put together and think this is 16th best. Charvarius Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, Jason Verrett in the nickel with Jimmy Ward and Talanoa Hufanga. Horst, how do you feel about them ranking him 16? Where do you think this unit actually ends up? Is it 16th? Is it worse? Is it better? What are you feeling on this?
If this is their unit healthy, I would put them more in the 10 to 12 range because Hufanga is not fully proven yet. But I think a lot of national media doesn't know too much about Emmanuel Mosley. I think they've all pretty much quit on Jason Verrett. And a lot of them didn't like the Charvarius Ward signing, so I'm not that shocked that I would have expected them to actually, the national media, to have put them even lower than this.
I am interested because, and I want to bring up a comment we got on another video. We were talking about Verrett versus Mosley in our training camp battles. And somebody came through because we've been talking about Verrett or Mosley, whoever loses that competition could play the nickel, and said Jason Verrett should not play nickel corner because he's expected to tackle and it puts him more in danger to be hurt. I thought that was actually a good point that I hadn't thought of yet. Horst, what are your feelings about Verrett playing nickel if he's not able to beat out Emmanuel Mosley on the outside?
I think you do have to play him there because if he's not going to start on the outside, or when it becomes a nickel situation, kick Mosley in and put Verrett out there. But I think Verrett has to be your third corner in the game if he's not your second because he's their next best player.
I think what's interesting, too, is he may be the best equipped to be the nickel corner on the entire team. The way he changes directions, he's a great tackler. Mm-hmm. His intuition, understanding where the offense is going to go with the ball.
That's what I'm saying. I like him there.
He would be a tremendous blitzer off the edge, too. I think you could plug and play him, and actually it would be a huge improvement over K'Wan Williams. That's why I'm not a huge fan of thinking I know the Shark was great, but thinking about it, with the injuries, I always don't think about that, like, oh, if you play him here, he could get hurt. I think it's a rational
I don't think you can coach with that thought process.
No, I don't think you can as a coach, right? You have to go out there and hope that these guys can stay healthy. Jason Verrett playing the nickel in this regard might help. He would play about 70% of snaps instead of playing more like 100% of the snaps if he played on the outside. That could also help his longevity. I know he has to get more involved in run fits, more involved in tackling, but it could make a lot of sense.
But he doesn't have shoulder issues.
No, he doesn't. He just has lower leg issues. I mean, that's the issue.
I mean, to me, the being involved in the tackling would be more of a problem if you had shoulder or concussion issues.
And that's fair. And Horst, what are your, because I know you brought up Charvarius Ward and that a lot of people didn't think it was a big signing. What are your feelings on Charvarius Ward being cornerback 1 for the 49ers?
I think he's the best corner they have. I mean, I think they overpaid for him, but you generally have to get players in free agency.
Yeah, I think you have to, first of all, because you're in California. You're going to have to pay more. They're going to pay more taxes. Charvarius Ward's interesting. He's one of those guys that plays press man. He's very physical. He doesn't miss tackles. I think he fits the 49ers way. I think putting him with a defensive line like they're going to have could really help him a lot. And then you have Mosley, who had probably his best season of his entire career in 2021. He didn't give up a single touchdown reception.
Mosley's stud, man. People sleep on him.
Yeah, so, I mean, you got Charvarius Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, Jason Verrett. To me, that sounds like a dynamite cornerback room. Like, I'm excited about that room. Do you think that's how it ends up shaking out, that these are the three guys in those positions? Oh, Horst is on it. Okay, I didn't know if I was going to get some pushback on Verrett being the nickel, but I kind of like that.
I love Verrett.
I do love Verrett, too. I just thought, because I do think...
We go back to Salona Warriors.
We
days,
do. We do. To be honest with you, Horst, I think Jason Verrett is the best cover guy out of all the cornerbacks the 49ers have. So that's why if he's healthy, I think he could beat out Emmanuel Mosley and play opposite of Charvarius Ward. And then Mosley
it's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have, and I like these guys a lot. My questions with Verrett are just injury-based. I just don't know if we're going to see a healthy Verrett.
I feel very comfortable saying when Verrett's healthy, they have 3 top 20 corners.
Yeah. I'm with you, because I think he plays at an all-pro level. And then you brought up Talanoa Hufanga in a little bit of the questions, just because we haven't seen it. He did play 41% of snaps last year. Is that a big enough sample size to say Hufanga can start over like Tarvarius Moore or George Odo?
I definitely think he's the clear front runner to start from what we've seen in the past. He definitely is the best to fill that Jaquiski Tart role. Now, if you're asking to fill Jimmy Ward's role, maybe you go with, somebody else. But I think Hufanga really made some big plays last year and has definitely earned the opportunity to be the front runner for that position. For a rookie, he made a lot of important plays, both when Tart was out and then, run back. Did he block or run back the punt?
He ran it back, yeah.
Ran back the punt for a touchdown.
The block was by Jordan Willis, yeah. And then Talanoa Hufanga.
Not Patrick.
Talanoa Hufanga broke River Craycraft's hopes and dreams. His soul in a roll was rolling on the field there at Lambeau Field, and it was picked up by Hufanga. And River Craycraft doesn't get the touchdown. It's just so sad.
But yeah, Hufanga, I think, he's kind of one of those guys that's just a playmaker.
He is. He seems to find the football, and that's one of the things we need.
And that was something he did really well in college from watching him all the time.
Yeah, he's instinctive. I'm hoping that this group would be more instinctive. Jason Verrett's an instinctive player because right now Mosley doesn't create a lot of turnovers. I mean, the peanut punch created a lot of turnovers last year, but no one really wants him on the football team anymore. Yeah, no more Josh Norman, Horst.